y'all? It's your girl Zizzo here with Awareness Academy 411. Joining me is Turkey Jerd, of course, and Red. Happy Red. What's good, everybody?
Salute.
How you doing today? It's been a
doing good. We
very
doing, yeah.
Popping.
Yeah, but how was y'all week? Y'all good? Everybody had a good time, you know?
Yeah, it was just hot. A lot of stuff going on, but it was just hot. The weather.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
plus, yeah.
Listen, you don't even have to say it. I can see it. Like, there's a lot of things going on right now.
Hell yeah.
A lot of things. So we're gonna cover, what we can bring to your awareness today, everybody out there. I hope everyone had a good week, and everything that we speak on is for educational purposes only.
Yes.
Do not try this at home, unless if you feel like this is something that needs to be at home with you, but still we ain't responsible for your consequences. So let's move on with Awareness Academy 411. And Red, I know we talked about before we got on, like, there's a lot of things going on.
It's a lot of going on in this world. But I want to first talk about these two old nursing home men that's on TV. I want to talk about them for a minute because I don't know. Okay, what's your thought? You think Biden should just bow out gracefully and let somebody else take over?
I think they both need to bow out gracefully. Like, real talk. Like, I didn't watch it because I'm not gonna stay up late to watch fiasco like that. And I've also realized whatever I watch right before I go to bed, I go to sleep and I'll dream about this shit. So these are the last things I wanted to see in my dreams last night. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna see what's on TikTok. And people are freaking hilarious in these comments though. But like, how I feel about it in general, I don't really care for politics. Just me personally.
Yeah.
Because it's really just, in my opinion, a mirage. It's just put up there to keep you from all the other things. Because one of the things that nobody's talking about that's not in mainstream, like these two old men up there bickering and Supreme Court just reversed a few things that affect us heavily.
Yeah,
they had reversed a ruling from I believe it was in the 70s, where the all of the environmental agencies, anything that has to do with how we run, from DEP to agriculture to all of these different departments now, they used to have their experts as the one that said, okay, this is what's happening and this is how we're going to do things. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
but they reversed it, so now the Supreme Court is the one that makes these decisions. And this is not good, people. Like, this is some extra shit right now. Like, they're really trying to become like a totalitarian type of state. Like, they're trying to go over. And they reversed a few other things, which I would have to pull up to go down the line. But that's what's being hidden behind these swole fools that have been hired.
Let's get it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
it's getting worse than that. Everybody when they get a chance, they need to look at the Miranda for 2025. Donald Trump, Miranda, that was created by a lot of billionaires, right-wingers, and pretty much they want to dismantle the government. They want to get rid of the education system. This is all written down. So what I'm saying to you is 920 pages. This is no alleged. This is the actual agency that's given the mandate to Donald Trump. They all Donald Trump loyalists. They created, and what they're trying to do is they're also trying to fire as many federal employees as possible that aligns with the opposition of Donald Trump. So if you align with the opposition, meaning that you just disagree with certain things, you could probably like Donald Trump and think he's a great guy, I think he's good for president, but you also endorse a few Democrats here and there because you're just going off of who's your interest. You're not really looking at parties. Well, guess what? Even though that you don't have an elected position and you have a civil service position where you actually put your hard sweat and tears and took the test and did everything you had to do and to get the job, they can fire you like this. That's what they're trying to do.
Yeah, I heard about that too. And that's
they're trying to get rid of all the unions. They're trying to get rid of unions. Mm-hmm. Let me tell you something. Anybody read that 920 page or look at some YouTubes that summarize it, or it's not getting enough media coverage. What he's trying to do, he's trying to make it a one government. You have 3 chambers of government, right? So they can check each other when one is abusing power, right? He's trying to make it one chamber.
Yeah.
One chamber, which is his alone. And everybody that work under his thing is gonna be Trump loyalists.
Yeah.
So I don't need. He's really trying to be a dictator. If people talk about dictatorship, hello, you think we bad right now?
2025. Project 2025.
Yeah.
Project 2025.
Just people Google that. But the Supreme Court also ruled that the charges against the January 6th people, they could drop it. I'm telling you, this country, it just can't get any more of a
crazy. But like also, it's just like also with the I wanted to touch a little bit on the school system in Oklahoma and I think Louisiana. They in Oklahoma, they said in all schools in Oklahoma you have to study Bible study inside the schools now.
I heard about that. Yeah. I heard about that.
And then in I think Louisiana,
the 10 Commandments, the 10 Commandments in the school.
10 Commandments. When you walk in, the 10 Commandments right there. So now people is talking about, well, you got Islam, you got Jewish people, you got different people that's going to school. Yeah. Now, so it's just like y'all was saying, they trying to force everything on you.
Yeah, I mean, come on. America's whole theme is colonization, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, let me take some of your shit, and this is what you're gonna do mine. You know what I mean? And as long as
love you too, bro.
Like really allow this to happen, and it's not like we're allowing it, like we just sitting there allowing. I mean, like allowing it as in not educating yourself. You know what I mean? Not turning around and trying to connect with people in your community and do different things to bring these different resources. Because we can't keep complaining about the school system, yet we're not trying to school our own children.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
That's
you can bitch all you want about the school system, but what are you actually doing about it? Whether you're finding other people that are in line with that, or helping to support somebody that's in line with, being a homeschool teacher. You know what I mean? They have all these different things out there now. And the same thing's going with all these different things in government. Like, listen, people, my boys out there, y'all need to learn trades.
Exactly.
Please,
that's a fact.
Learn a trade. Electricians, plumbers, masonry, even cement. Like, these
everything
are so vital, because if we truly want to move forward as a people, we have to work together. And they're all talking about the economy and all this stuff. If we can barter each other's skill sets, I mean,
labor skills,
you know how to fix cars, and I know how to cook food. Okay, so you fix my car, I'll cook this food. For this amount of time, or whatever it is. If we learn to barter and trade in that way, like we have to first educate ourselves. Like,
but we got to go back to that, because we was like that with the Black Wall Street. We taught
school.
We taught our kids.
School was doing not school.
Real
church.
Everything.
Real
church was doing it. Remember, church was educating the people back then, where church was also Sunday school, but it was also the school education. So they was learning there in church. But church changed. Back in the days, church was antagonist towards the government to try to do the right thing for the people. It went from being attacking the government, to accommodating the government. Now, a lot of these churches don't want to talk about politics because they're receiving money from the government, which is called FBI, Faith-Based Initiative.
Yeah.
George Bush created that. He created that system where they can give money to churches, and guess what? In return, they're gonna keep their mouth shut about politics. That's why they don't ever talk about what's happening with your world, like what's happening with the world. They don't talk about the everyday struggle. All they do is talk about praise, worship, and give me your last dollar.
Yeah.
And then next thing you know, that same money, and this is from Dr. Umar Johnson, I'm quoting him right now. He said the same money that you invested in the church, they put that into a white bank, and that white bank take that same money and give it to developers, land developers, to go into your neighborhood and gentrify it. So you helping your neighborhood get gentrified.
Well, you know that there's people are so caught up in. Everybody wants a connection with what we call God, source. You know what I mean? Everybody's looking for this connection. The thing is that, number one, from my own experiences, studies, and you know, I think when somebody dies and come back, they kind of a little qualified to speak on it. You know what I mean? Like, when we understand that this thing we call God is existing within us. You know what I mean? It's not outside of you. So technically, you're never disconnected. You're just unaware. You know what I mean? Like your awareness is just off, and you know, people seek this thing, this conduit to point that need or fill that void that they're trying to get to. But you know, that's a whole nother, you know, tangle web that was weaved. But when it comes to the things that we can do, you know what I mean? Like when I was talking about just people learning trades and all these different solutions that we can come up with. Like if you don't think it's possible, people, I'm gonna give you an example of a community that's existing right here, right now, even in New York City, Brooklyn. They Jewish community. I have no disrespect for these people. They ain't do nothing to me, right? If you look at how they have their ish set up, the police, fire department, all these different entities can't touch them. They can't touch them.
Yeah, but where they get that?
Most of them. Well,
we could talk about
them, but they are less likely to suffer consequences for the shit that they be doing. Seriously.
Yeah, but I'm saying they took over like Black Wall Street. Black Wall Street was doing the same thing the Jews is doing now.
Yeah.
They said, okay, we're going to be our own and we're going to do this. Because they knew that worked for us back then. That's why they destroyed that and everything. And they...
White mobs, to be exact, this is no alleged. White mobs got jealous. They got angry. They didn't like the fact that we was doing good. Because think about it. We forced to only be with each other and try to move forward. And when we start to do good, guess what happens? One little fake incident happened and they burned down a whole entire village with all of us in it.
There's also some
especially Tulsa.
There's a little bit extra to the Tulsa massacre. So when Black Wall Street started to get to a certain level, they started to now trade with outside entities, right? They were starting to be able to trade with other countries, so they was bringing in the money, right? Guess who don't like that? Uncle Sam didn't like that. So although that this whole thing was started with this, you know, this issue with this person coming in and saying that they got into a fight, them having access to the planes and the ammunition to be able to drop on this city came from somewhere else. You know what I mean? Like, so it wasn't just the white mobs that came in. No, this was a strategic planned attack by those that didn't want them to become bigger. Because Tulsa, they could have went as far as buying it all out. They didn't want that. You know, so then you have the Native Americans and the other Native Americans that they have now classified as Black Americans, all working together, and
that part.
I call some of them Native Caucasian Americans. When you look at some of them, you're like, bro, nah, son, nah. Nah, bro, you trying too hard now, man. Cause your hair's a little straight now, or something. You from the tribe. You know what irritates me the most about anything? When somebody say, "Yo, you black?" Oh, I'm mixed. I'm Native American.
It's crazy.
Let me tell you something. We all got a little Native American in our blood, but I don't go around saying I'm Cherokee Indian. You know why? Because I bet you when I do a DNA, it's gonna say I'm more black than anything.
Oh look, my grandmother was Cherokee though.
Let me tell you something. My mom's grandmother was an Indian princess on an Indian reservation right here in Virginia.
I believe you.
That don't mean nothing. Look how I look. What that's supposed to mean?
Yeah, we might be related because that's where my family was from, was Virginia.
Ah, shit.
Well, listen, that's not, but we all humans, so we all one people. people.
Yeah, because
they said my family tribe was the Navajos. No, I'm joking. Blackfoot.
Yeah, Blackfoot. Mine is Blackfoot and Geechee.
Know what I'm saying?
Geechee?
Well, yeah. Well, here's Geechee. Let me tell you what Geechee is. Geechee is actually an African language. It's actually African. That's why when you see people that come from the South and they do ancestry, I'm 97%. Look at Charlamagne the God from Breakfast Club. He did his. He's 97% West African. So when people say that none of us came straight from the boat, there's a few of us did. Straight from the boat. Some of us been here already, but some of us came from that boat. That's a perfect sign right there.
There's a British museum that has the manifest of all of the boats that got shipped over, and it does not match the numbers that they say was brought over.
No, it's only around 300. Think about it. It's only 300,000 people came over here. They said the estimated was 387,000.
I'm gonna fuck you up a little more. People look into pictures of what society looked like in the 1920s, and especially around the times they were doing the World Fair, and look at the buildings. Look at the structures that used to be here, and there was just these great fires that just kept happening around the 1920s, and so many buildings burnt down. I wonder where this where this civilization, how this all came about. Like these mofos in horse and buggy, and they building buildings that look like the Capitol. You know what I mean? Like this isn't the Capitol. You know what I mean? Like you go to the Capitol in Washington D.C. I mean, Washington D.C. was built predominantly by slaves, but how many buildings were already there? Yeah. So that's another rabbit hole if you want to look at that in the Tartarian Empire and seeing that, there's technology to know about.
I think there's people out there that go back and forth through the future and the past. They travel, they manipulate, they do a lot of stuff. Jasmine said hello, y'all.
Oh, hey.
Peace.
What's up? Oh, yeah, 7 Cent came up too. Yeah, we love you.
Yeah, much love to him too, man. Real talk, man. Yo, much love. Not for nothing. Not for nothing. When you look at history and when you look at a lot of stuff, there's a lot of unexplained stuff, and I think the greatest weapon of all is to say everything is the devil, so we don't practice it. But it's all a form of energy. Think about it. When you look, and I don't want to get deep into, for any biblical people, I'm not trying to get deep into the Bible. You have a right to believe in the Bible the way, if it makes you better, because here's the thing. Anything that make you better, I'll be the last person to try to take it away from you. You know why? Because I don't want you going out there robbing, stealing, shooting. You know what I'm saying? When some people say, yo, man, I'm out of the streets, I gave my life to Christ and all that, I would never stop them. You know why? Because they're not out here doing this no more. You know what I'm saying? So, we good. Thumbs up.
Life is something other than the bullshit. So
but now my statement is that when you start to dissect certain things in the Bible, and then when you start to look at the 10 Commandments, if they're gonna put the 10 Commandments up, they need to put the 42 laws of Ma'at right next to it. You know why? Because when you read the 42 laws of Ma'at, and it's not that long, it's pretty simple. It sounds as though the 10 Commandments derive from the 42 laws of Ma'at. It looks like that. It looks like it. I mean, and we know, and one thing we can certainly say is that a lot of stuff that come out of Africa predates this good book that they have here called the Bible.
I'm gonna go I'm gonna go a step further. If you look at
we're about to get flagged.
If you look at the buildings in Washington D.C. and all of the major big court buildings, what do those structures look like?
Well, it was made under the concept of Egypt. It was made under the concept of Egypt.
Absolutely, they got the obelisk in the middle. They call it the Washington Monument. That is an obelisk. You know what I mean? And they did the same thing in the Vatican. If you go out there, they got the whole. Everything looks identical. Why? Because they learn that these structures, these shapes, and these things have
mean
power.
Something.
They hold power. They have, or they, in a sense, manipulate frequency. You know what I mean? Like, just like a good example I could give people is just think of a radio. When you're on 97.1, you can't hear what's going on 105.1. 103.5, right? You have to change stations in order to hear what's on it, right? The way that frequency works in reality or realities, because we're existing in a multiverse. You know, whichever frequency you are attuned with is the experience that you will have. So now, if you are constantly thinking about all the negative things going on in life, and you're so brought down by all these craziness going on, now that is your reality. You know what I mean? Like, there's people that don't focus on none of it, don't watch no news, don't look at none of these things. I'm one of them, you know, and I'm in a totally different reality. You know what I mean? Like, it's
Zizzo, what's bringing a step forward? Everything around you is just a ball of energy.
Absolutely.
Everything around you. So whatever you see, whatever's coming out there, whatever you visualize and you look at, the colors. First of all, we don't know what the colors of anything is. It's only the colors that our eyes allow us to see. Remember, even our brain processes more stuff. Put it like this: we see more stuff than our brain process. That's why, if you ever notice, when you leave and you go somewhere else and you forgot something at home, that all of a sudden pop in your head, it was on the counter. You know why it was on the counter? Because your brain took in all that information. It just didn't give you everything unless it was needed. So we actually see more. And then when it comes to energy, everything we touch has a resistance to it. But like we talk about in the last few episodes, if we can match the same frequency of the object that we touch, and our hand can go through it. Why? Because we become one. We become one with the frequency.
That takes a lot of discipline and meditation. You know, like there's these monks in Tibet that there was photographers.
I see it from a teacher at school on a small scale with two objects.
Yeah, I remember.
He put two.
Yeah.
He put. What he did is he had some type of instrument that can vibrate, and then he put two instruments together, and he showed how for like a good 20 seconds it merged with each other, then eventually broke. But for the first 20 seconds, and he recorded on video, it merged. You can see the two cups merging with each other and just staying with each other for a little bit, then it broke eventually.
That fucked y'all head up.
So it just let you know. It let you know, yo, when he did that stuff, and he said, and to this day, I haven't mentioned his name because he said, don't mention my name out here. He an old white guy, but he said, don't mention my name out here. He was funny as hell. He was goofy. He like the guy from Back to the Future, but he was my science professor in college.
Oh, that's
yeah.
To have me one of those.
All right, so
man, cool.
Let me ask y'all a question. So
he was weird as hell, though.
if you think the government knows about all of this stuff?
Absolutely.
And if we get to know this and everything, you think they cannot control us, right? It's basically control.
Absolutely.
The reason why the government is on top, remember, the government is not the majority. We the majority is the people. How you can keep us in control is you have manipulation as far as TV programming, and you got all kinds of elements. You got the smell, you got the senses. They play with your senses to manipulate you and keep you conform to this box. And they do it on purpose because it's just like prison. See, the only difference between being locked up and incarcerated, you can actually see the shackles and all that. But we in a prison here in America. We in a prison anywhere. You know why?
Yeah.
Because they make sure that they keep certain knowledge and information away from you for a reason. So if they keeping things away from me, what you doing? You restricted my ability to progress as a person. And as a result, I'm in a different kind of prison that I don't even know. I think I'm not even a prisoner, but I am.
Well, let me give you people out there a tip on how you can start breaking free out of this mental prison. And it's going to be interesting things, I'm going to tell you. First thing, go get you a Brita filter or find you a filter to get chlorine and fluoride out of your water and stop using fluoride toothpaste. Because fluoride is a neurotoxin. And it literally is attracted to the pineal gland that's in your brain. That's your spiritual antenna. That is the thing that keeps you connected to each other and yourself and the divine, right? So now whenever you're drinking fluoride, it goes right to it and it calcifies it. And the black people, or I should say melanated people, you have melanin all in your brain, right? So melanated people have larger pineal glands, and non-melanated people have smaller ones. And back in World War I, one of the ways that they were able to tell the soldiers apart on who was black, who was white, was by the size of the pineal gland. Like, that's how real it is. But when you can start cutting out fluoride and then detoxify your body from the heavy metals, you know, realistically, we should be detoxifying 4 times a year. Every time the season changes, we should be detoxifying. These are the things that you can actually apply to your daily lifestyle that will help to free your mind from this mental prison that we're in. Because once you can start sensing more, now you'll be more attracted to the things that are on a higher vibration. Once your pineal gland is calcified, you're full of all these toxins. You're keeping yourself in alignment with more lower vibrational things. It's going to keep you in fear. It's going to keep your immune system fucked up. You're going to keep getting sick. You're going to have all these allergies, all these problems, because you have too much toxins in your body. It's in our food. It's in our water. It's in the air. You know, it's in our clothes. Like, I'll even go as far as, if you can try your best to use cotton, use only cotton clothing for 2 reasons. Number 1, it's healthier because it's natural. Number 2, there's also a frequency that cotton that exists in cotton and linen. These are high frequency fabrics, and this is where I'll give credit to the Bible when it talks about don't mix your fabric, because when you put cotton and wool or linen and wool together, it cancels each other out. You know, so polyester, spandex, acrylic, whatever that's called, all these things, low vibration. So when you're wearing them, you're keeping your frequency down.
What about silk?
Silk is actually low vibration too.
Oh no!
When I was mad, I was like, damn, I wanted to get the silk.
Woo!
Across the day, you know, like, whoop, you know?
I love me some silk. Make me feel like a man, woman.
I was
woman.
I was thinking about buying me a whole silk suit for my birthday.
Oh, bro! I go to sleep with one.
You gotta do linen, man. You gotta go straight.
Linen, yeah.
Linen is and it's breathable too, so it's comfortable. Like, I got linen sheets on my bed, you know, like that's called cotton sheets. Like, you know, because I understand these principles. You know what I mean? Like, even when I buy my clothes now, because I understand this, I try to look for the cotton alternatives. You know, plus it's better for your skin anyway.
I tell people with the cotton, you could get like 40,000 thread count cotton, and it feels like silk.
Yeah.
Because remember, when you buy sheets, you're not buying a high content thread count unless you're looking for it, and they don't sell it anywhere. But when you get the 40 or 50 thread count, 1,000 thread count, man, listen, it feels like silk on your body, and it feels so comfortable, and that's just 100% cotton.
And they used to use linen sheets in hospitals because it also helps your body heal. Because it does bring your frequency higher. Now at a higher frequency, you're gonna heal faster. So they found that, you know, the people were healing from it, so they took those out of the hospital. But what was you about to say, Red?
No, I'm listening. I'm absorbing all of this right here.
Yeah, well, go ahead.
Can I get an antenna and put it on my silk outfit, and maybe I'll conduct some electricity or something? I don't know.
I mean, you can wear copper bracelets, you can wear copper rings, you can wear copper around your neck. Like, I got the copper around my neck right here. These are tensor rings. Tensor rings are cut at a frequency, so this frequency interacts with my energy. And I got crystals in the middle of that. You know, this right here. Listen, all my stuff is for a purpose, okay? It looked good too. But wearing these different, you know, gold, silver, these things are conduits. Like, gold is actually the top conduit. Like, that's why when you look at these Egyptian, Kemetic, in Egypt, when they used to sit in thrones made of gold, that's not because they was trying to floss. It's because they knew that sitting in that chair has an effect on the energy.
Yeah,
and they
that's why
the pharaoh, you know, to be of spiritual ascension.
And that's why the government took all that gold.
Mm-hmm. And they made that gold.
Oh, back in was it like the early before 1920s? What he did is he gave everybody a U.S. Treasury note and said, your money's backed by this gold. So we're going to hold your gold for you, and we'll give you this piece of paper that represents the gold that you have in the bank. And you know how Federal Reserve, what they did to other banks, how they were able to conquer the banks, the small banks? they lie to make it seem like they're running out of money. And what happened is everybody rushed to the bank and start taking their money out and bankrupt those small banks.
Well, not just everybody, but also the rich people was pulling out all their money at once.
Yeah, they didn't know no better. Federal Reserve got everybody in a trance.
Yeah. Well, listen, again, people, like, when we can learn to work together, but more importantly, educate yourself.
Yep.
So that you can learn to also love yourself. So that now when you look at the next man, you can recognize that his life is just as valuable as yours, and now we can work together. I can't stress this enough. Like, we can do all these things and acquire all these things on the outside, but you have to find the value within first. I mean, to truly understand and recognize that. And once we can do that, we won't need money. We won't need the government. We won't need these things. Like, we spoke about this in one of our episodes prior. Like, go get your pew license.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, do it legally if you can. You know what I mean? Like, because the whole point is, like, there's a lot of things going on in the world right now, and you can either be a sheep and follow it and let it bring you into fear and low vibration, or you can say, you know what can I do to make a difference? And that's what Awareness Academy is for, to give you some tips.
Yeah, because right now, like I said, I'm starting my nonprofit, and the first thing I'm doing is trying to get a building and do trade for the young kids.
Absolutely,
Like basically, we'll do every week. We'll have somebody come in and talk about a trade and do a trade and teach our babies first the knowledge of working, just like you said, working as a village and everything. If you can fix my plumbing, or I can fix the electricity. If you can do this, I can do that for you. If we keep doing that and teach our babies that.
But that's a good thing because it also helps. Remember, when you have a not-for-profit business and you acquire a building, you don't pay no taxes on it. So it gives you an opportunity to take your financial resources and put it towards helping the kids and creating all kinds of things inside the building, activities. Because you remember all those after-school programs? They don't got it like when we was growing up. When we was growing up, it was so many places to go to. I had so many centers to go to. They got rid of so much of that stuff. Yeah, and these kids need it more because they got way more influence than we ever did. We didn't grow up having social media. You know what I'm saying? We don't come from the era when social media was popping. We didn't know what that was. We had back in the days? What? Black Planet, MySpace. You know what I'm saying? Before that, Napster. Remember Napster?
No, I remember when Facebook first started. Like, it was a taboo. And we were like, Facebook. What's that? Facebook.
Yeah.
College students. All of a sudden now.
Yeah, I had it.
Now it's.
I was about to say I had it in college. It was whack though. It wasn't nothing like what it is now. I had it in college. I had it in 2000.
I said MySpace was popping there, but also another thing too. Adult, what can you do now other than, like, not everybody has the passion or the means or whatever to go forward and create a non-for-profit and be a part of things, but what can you do? One, you can start taking some of the money that you make and start investing it into some type of stocks or bond, right? So that either A, when you see somebody else that's doing these things, you can support them with that. Or you can allow this money to grow for yourself and either put it towards things that you might, other organizations that you might be interested in. It's something that you can do.
Well, when you talk about stock, I encourage everybody, if they don't have one, go get yourself one. It's called the S&P 500 index. S&P 500 is a cluster stock portfolio, meaning that you're heavily invested in many different aspects of business. So the reason why it's so successful is because you're invested into a lot of Fortune 5 different companies that makes good money. So the likelihood of you dropping is very slim because they take your money and they spread it across these different companies. So one company's doing bad, one company's doing good. So every year on average, the S&P 500 been promoting around 9 to anywhere from 9 to 13% interest each month. You know what I'm saying? Under Barack Obama, we did the best ever. We had the best GDP as far as stock investment under Barack Obama. And Barack Obama don't even brag about it, but if you look at history, we had GDP growth 2 to 3 times in a row, which is almost impossible. It's unheard of. He's the only president that ever did that before. Mm-hmm. But they don't talk about it because people that's investors and know about money knows about that. Because I see my stock went up 20-something%, 28%. Never in 1 year. It's usually like 12, 13%. Because I look at S&P like a mutual fund. It's almost like it's safe because it has your money spread out. It don't have it in one place where you could screw up. It has all over the place, so you good. You know what I mean? I tell anybody to invest in that. I did it. I invested in 2008.
Well, one of the
and I got a couple of dollars now.
Other than S&P, for some people that don't want to open up a brokerage account and things like that, you can use Acorns. Acorns is an app.
Acorn is popping
on your phone, and you can connect it to your bank account and have it take out $10 a month, or you can even do Roundup, where anytime you use a debit card, like say you spent $3.50, right? It'll round it up to $4. That 50 cents will go right into your account. And the Acorns, it does like what you were saying with the mutual funds, like it invests your money all over the place. And the more you're putting into it, the better. Another thing too, don't be afraid of some cryptocurrencies. Like really look into currencies.
You scared me when you said that.
Like Bitcoin. Listen, I have a horror story with Bitcoin, but it's not for what people think. I actually had an opportunity to buy it when it was at 10 cents a coin, and I dropped the ball. So that's my horror story.
No, I turned into a fiend and sold mine. I had bad Bitcoins. I sold it for crap. I thought I was winning, but as soon as I sold it, it went up a lot, and I said no. But you know what it is? I'm gonna be honest with you. Bitcoin is a scary business only because I see a lot of people lose their money because it was a lot of fake, phony accounts where they say, it was like a Bernie Madoff from another country, a guy from Russia,
so
had his own account.
An official app to use for cryptocurrencies is Coinbase. You want to use
Coinbase is okay.
I think Robinhood allows you to also get cryptocurrencies too, because I think they have Dogecoin. Remember when Dogecoin?
Robinhood.
I was losing their mind over Dogecoin. But these are the type of things that we can do. Now, I'm going to give y'all one more tip on what you can do. You can start this right now, people. Like, right now. And I'm going to get a little woo-woo, but follow me. Just hear me out. So, like we were talking about earlier, everything is all connected. Everything is one. So, technically, whenever you're seeing something that's happening on the outside, in some way, shape, or form, whether you're conscious of it or not, you are creating it. Right? So whatever comes into your reality, recognize you are at the frequency to tune into this reality. So a solution that you can start to implement. There's a well-known, you say it's a mantra in a sense. It comes from a Hawaiian, it's a Hawaiian thing. I can't remember the name of how it started, but what it's called is Ho'oponopono. I'm probably saying it wrong, but what it is that it's a mantra basically that you just say to yourself anytime there's like some type of upset going on, or if you see something going on in your life that doesn't make you feel good, no matter what it is, from politics to seeing your friends hurt to seeing someone sick or whatever it is. And it's the simple phrases: I love you, I am sorry, please forgive me, thank you. That's it. And if you just meditate on that, I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you. And what you're doing is you're speaking to the divine that you are, and that all that is. And you are recognizing and saying that there's something I'm doing that's creating this. I don't know what it is, but I'm sorry. And you're saying, you're asking the divine, God, whatever you want to call it, for forgiveness. Please forgive me. And then you're saying thank you because you're always forgiven. And you want to always express that love. I love you. And I can tell you so many stories.
That sounds good.
When I use this, I literally seen like shit happen in weeks. Like just recently, I was talking about this to my godmother. I was putting her on to this, and actually, right before I told her about it, she was having some experience. Her son, she was estranged from her son. They had an issue, whatever, and she was very upset that they haven't spoken in over 3 years. And even when he was living with her, he wasn't talking to her when she was in the house. That's why she put his ass out, right? So she was telling me about this, and then I had to remember, like, hold up, if she's telling me about this, this is now my reality. So in some way, shape, or form, I'm creating it. So after I got off the phone with her, I really sat with, I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you. And because I've been doing this for a long time, I go even deeper with it. And for anybody out there that wants to learn, much deeper, holla. Anyway, so I kept doing this, and I felt where I had a release because something did come up for me that was just something going on with myself. And once I released that, no lie, like the next day I spoke to her, and then I had the idea of, oh, why don't you take download Google, what was it? What's the Google one that you can get a phone number with? I can't remember real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you
Google,
can get like a fake phone, well, not fake phone number, but you can get an alternate phone number. And she kept trying to text him, and she had her blocked. So I was like, yo, why don't you do this with this number? So she started the number, she sent him text messages, whatever. Now he's calling his father, like, what's going on? But then basically, long story short, it escalated to now he's back home. Like, she took a picture with him the other day. Like, she sent me the picture today. Like, mind you, they haven't spoken in 3 years. He would not talk to her. He refused to talk to her because he was just mad, right? And I just did this. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. And I really recognized the part of me that was creating it. And now their relationship they're talking. Like,
that's hot. That's hot. Basically, the laws of attraction. That sounds like something out of laws of attraction.
Well, so what
you speak it and put it in existence.
Yeah. So what it is this: everything and anything that you ever wanted to manifest in your life is already here.
Yeah.
It's already here. But there's something that you're creating that's in the way. You know what I mean? Whether it's your fear, your doubt, your judgment, all of that's in the way of it. So you can't see it because you're on the frequency of judgments and all the negative things. So you're not able to see the manifestations that you have acquired, right? So when you're doing this Ho'oponopono, I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, you're moving it out of the way. You're in a way, they would say, you're getting out of your way. Like you're coming to the 0 point. You're aligning yourself, and all that stuff is being pushed aside. So now, bam, what was already there, you can see it. So I seen her having a great relationship with her son again. I seen her connecting with him. Like I really wish that for her because it hurt me to see her hurting over that. So when I was like, no, let me take responsibility in the part that I'm creating in this, and it changed like that. I was like, oh, that's dope.
You know what I learned too? I'm not like you. I'm not that big. You know what I'm saying? That's your profession, so I would never try to compete with you. All I'm gonna say is what I do is when I go through a situation, and let's say if it's something that I can't control, I'll get angry at something I can control and then fix it. But I learn to not get angry at things I can't control. I try to look at the situation differently. Like sometimes we get angry at something, but sometimes it's good to take a step back and repurpose the way you look at that situation, and then you can overcome it a lot easier when you relook at it. Like, wait a second here. Is there anything I can do to fix the situation? And when you come up with a conclusion that is a complete zero, there's nothing you can do as far as physically what you could do to fix it, then you take a step back and then put that situation away. Like, yo, there's nothing I can do about it, so I'm just gonna stand right here and repair the things I can repair. Because everybody got issues in their life. So I said
that's a form of surrender. Because you're saying, no, I don't got no control over this.
You're giving it
up. No. When I'm saying control, here's the thing. I know that sometimes people have situations and they go crazy, right? They go crazy because they can't control it, right? So the best way of a situation, if you know personally that anything physical you can't do to fix it, what you can do is focus on the things you can fix,
which is your
and come back and revisit that later. Yeah, use your mind to repurpose how you look at that circumstances, and it won't be so bad if you reposition your brain to look at it differently. True. Instead of sitting there saying, "Oh, this is negative, this is messed up, I can't believe it." But if you can't fix it, why would you break your brain going crazy over that circumstances?
Oh, that's just people just being unaware. I'll even go as far as saying I'd rather see people angry than depressed, because when you're depressed, you're in a state of hopelessness. You're in a state of feeling like you can't do anything. But when you're angry, you get angry. That's starting to bring you up the emotional scale.
And you get angry, get a little suicidal, then do something crazy. Now I'm just
turning that anger into something else. You can redirect that energy. Hopefully, people don't take that anger and be like, all right, now I need to go kill somebody. Like, no, chill.
All right, let me go get that gat real quick and go pew.
Rest in peace to this family. This guy killed his mother, his baby mother that was pregnant, and his cousin because he was on the DL and they found out about it.
Wow.
It happened like they're thinking last 2 days. So again, be who you are. Do not be afraid of who you are.
Oh yeah, I wanted. This is random. I just
like if you like, yo, son, you gay, like. Okay. You know what I mean? Like, it's not even an insult anymore.
This is random right here. This is random. Mm-hmm. I pray for the families of the people that lost their lives. What recently just happened when I was in my car driving here. Deer Park, I think that's Long Island. It was a guy with a minivan, or a person with a minivan, drove into a salon, killed 4 people and wounded 9 people.
Damn.
One of the people was badly injured, so bad that they had to helicopter lift them to the hospital. So I pray for the family of the people. My heart goes out to them.
Absolutely. I love you.
That's crazy, man.
Forgive me, thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me, thank you, because we just brought that into each other's reality like that fast.
Think about it. You in a salon and you sitting there, you pampering yourself, you trying to make yourself better. I can't speak from a woman perspective, but I've been in there because my wife, once in a blue moon, made me get my nails and my toes done. Good. So I'm just thinking, I'm sitting there relaxing. You said good. All men should do it?
All men should do it.
God damn, you are a female sexist.
Please go get your feet done. Oh my God. Number 1.
Yeah, my toes looking good with the gel. I got the gel in it. Oh man.
Oh, number 1 is good hygiene. Number 2, fellas.
Yeah.
You deserve a foot massage. You deserve to have your legs massaged. You get your calves massaged. Get you the green tea spa.
Green tea spa.
Let them get the calluses off your feet. Let them get in between your toes and cut all that shit off. Like,
I want the old lady with the big hands. Give her the big hands and put those big hands on my leg and massage it. You know what I'm saying? And put it in that water and all that.
Y'all deserve, like, listen. Instead of spending $50 at a bar, go get your ass a massage. And no, not no happy ending. Just go get a massage. Like, seriously, like, this is so sad. Like, there's so many men out here that are just angry and going through it. And I'm not gonna say that black men don't go through shit, but black women go through shit. All people go through shit. You know what I mean? But you have to try to do something to, 1, change your environment, change your mind, like read a different book, listen to something you ain't never listened to before, like go get a massage, get some of that tension taken out of your shoulders. Like
I got a question for you.
Jump up on the table and put the elbows in your back, like that shit is crazy.
I got a question for you.
What up?
Why? And I'm saying all women. I would never put all women in the same category. I'm curious. Why is it that when a man is tough, y'all okay with him tough, but when he wants to be soft to his woman, now y'all look at him as a softie, like he's weak. He's not tough because he's expressing his feelings. There's a lot of women that do that, like, oh, this nigga soft. That's soft ass nigga. So a man gotta be hard when he go in the street. He gotta be hard when he go around his man. And he also gotta be hard with his woman, because if he decide to be soft, guess what? She gonna leave him for the nigga that's hard. And I'm not saying on women, but I heard that. I heard that so much.
There's a certain level of confidence that's exuded from somebody that can be vulnerable and still hard. You know what I mean? Like,
nah, but how you be like, oh, you too nice for me? Really? You don't deserve nice? So you want me to be a jackass?
Like, you know what?
See,
yeah. I've been those guys that were nice, but I wasn't attracted to them. Like,
oh shit! Yo, Red, what you think about this, man?
I think a lot of people is jacking everybody's swag. Like they turn around and they see. Like, I'm gonna tell you this: I've been in the streets. I wasn't a thug every single day coming out. Oh yo, no, I wasn't like that. If I'm with a girl, I'm treating her right. We're gonna do some stuff. You know what I'm saying? But if anything pops up, she already know your pedigree. She already know how you're gonna get down. You don't gotta wear that all the time.
I'll talk about it next time, Mr. J.
Like you gotta have a certain level of, confidence. He said, wait, what Tyrone James say? Why no one talks about female predators? There are women out here who groom young men and boys and no one talks about it. Okay, so let's talk slightly about it. Yes, there are some females.
Good job, Mr. James.
that are predators that either they go after. Listen, it came out that Mary J. Blige was sleeping with a 15-year-old. You know what I mean? Like,
whoa, really?
Bro.
Yeah, Usher.
It ain't allegedly. Allegedly, Mary J. Blige.
Allegedly, wow.
Well, Usher looked like he was passed around.
But you know what's interesting?
She wanted somebody she could control?
This is two different things, right? On one side, the boy is like, ooh, yeah, I got to be an older woman. You know what I mean? Like, I'm got to be an older woman. And then the woman, that's older, she can't get nothing else. So she's going after these young boys. Wrong, 100% wrong. You know what I mean? And yes, they're women predators. I think that, just a quick sidebar, whenever something's pointed out about what people do, whether it's men or women.
Thank you, Mr. James.
I feel like if women complain about men are like, oh, well, what about women too? Or when women complain about, men complain about women, then it's, well, what about men too? It's always this. Listen, on both sides, people ain't shit. You know what I mean? Like, I don't care if you man or woman. Like, women do foul things just like men do foul things. However, the consensus is that a lot of the things that go down are usually, done by immature and unregulated, emotionally regulated males. But absolutely there are women out there that are just lost in their own shit.
Nah. Hold on a second.
Hold on.
Oh, you got I got next. You struck a nerve.
Look, a lot of females out there. Now, I'm gonna give you the realest shit that I ever seen and heard. You got a lot of females out there right now. They are mentally abusing men out there. Not even physical, just mental them. So absolutely. Now when you get into a man's mind like that and have him going all crazy and everything, but it's always turned to the man. Oh, the man did this to her. The man did that.
Nah, there's some chicks out there that's ruthless, yo. They will dead ass
exactly. And I know
what?
Hold on. But they always have the man as the bad person on anything. If you turn on the news, oh, the man did this, or the man. I know girls that rape dudes straight up and down. Take it and everything. You will sit there and be like, nah, that'll never happen. Yes,
it can happen. Yeah,
it can happen. It can happen.
They play their mind.
Sometimes that thing is involuntary. Like, you just touch it and it's up. You know what I mean?
But think about this. What about the women that raise their son to be their husband?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
But there's
a lot of that around there. They trying. I respect them because they're trying to do their best, but because they're a single woman, have a hard time with men. Now they take their only son and make him do husband duties. I'm not talking about to sleep with her. Not that nasty stuff.
Yeah.
I'm talking about as far as what a man's supposed to do for somebody that's in a relationship. He's doing it with his mother because his mom don't know how to raise him in a manner where he should be raised, where he should go off, leave the nest and do what he got to do and find whoever he got to find. But his mom want to be his husband. Yeah, so any woman that comes wrong, she sabotages it.
Yeah, or calling their son, a boy that's below 18, oh, he's the man of the house. He's the man of the house. Like, don't put that type of burden on your child. You know what I mean? Especially if they don't know what the example of a man actually is. Because if some women have this idea of what a man is, right? But one, they haven't had that man themselves. And two, they don't have a man that they think like that around their sons to have as an example to see for himself. So now you tell him he's the man of the house, and now he's trying to embody that. So what's the first thing he's going to look at? His mother. How his mother acts. True. How she gets pissed, how she complains, how she be talking shit. And then he grows up with those same type of qualities. You know what I mean? Like,
that's true.
And it's definitely an unfortunate thing when women are so broken, just like men are so broken, that they want to break other people, especially when it's a child. But
real talk.
That's something that it exists, and unless if those people are truly ready to make change in their life, us talking about it ain't gonna do nothing about it.
That's true.
You definitely gotta make change, and plus they gotta be a spotlight on women's too, instead of just men. Men's
I think there should be more programs where men get together and take in these boys and mentor them and help them get.
And we need more programs like that. We don't have enough.
We need more men to step up and take care of these boys. Like, seriously. Like, there's women picking their kids up. There's women. Listen, I would even go as far as saying that 99% of the emotionally or off men were broken by their mother.
Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And they didn't have a system of men or community of men to help them work through their anger, to help them work through those deep dark feelings. And there's this program out. I don't know what state the guy is in, but y'all probably seen clips of him where he works with these little boys. It's the older gentleman with the beard, and he does like with the boys.
Well, I'm laughing. I'm going to hell, man. I don't mean to laugh. You know why? Because it seemed like the headline showed that he's a good person, and then years down the line, he's a freaking creep.
Terrible.
I don't know why we have to always incorporate that. Because think about it, all the petties. I don't want to get off your subject. I just real quick. All the petties always seem to jump in these situations with kids. Think about it. They work in the school system. They on TV. They, you know what I'm saying? Like doing kids cartoons and kid TV shows.
Man,
I'm like, these dudes know how to insulate themselves around the people they shouldn't be around.
That's a whole nother rabbit hole, man.
Yeah, I know.
That's the industry. The industry is like that.
That's a whole other rabbit hole.
Like that.
But back to,
go ahead.
I'm sorry. No, I was going to say, back to what I was saying, like this guy, he has a martial arts school where he teaches boys martial arts, and he helps them work through their emotions. He teaches them how to control their emotions, how to transmute their emotions, and more importantly, how to release them healthy. You know what I mean? And healthy and the support of, like, he's telling these boys, like, I don't want you to respect me because you fear me. I want you to respect me because you care about me. You know what I mean? So he really turns this into a village, into a family with these boys. And boys need men, just like women need their mothers. Women need their fathers, and sons need their mothers. But at a certain point, the men have to take control of the boys and break them to grow into men. You know
That's true.
Like, a lot of these guys running around here are grown ass boys because emotionally they haven't been broken. And I don't mean broken
That's a fact.
like a dog or anything, but it's similar because of the way our brains work. So they haven't been impressioned on. That's a better word to say. They haven't been properly impressioned upon to move past whatever level that they're stuck in. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
like I said, there's a lot of different things we can touch on with that, and I think ultimately educate yourself, learn how to love yourself, and therefore the more people do that, the better, the more change we'll have. It really is true. If you really want to change the world, you got to change yourself.
That's true. That's true. It starts with you. Like even when it comes to self-love, you can never say, oh, you have extreme low self-esteem, but you said, yo, I'm so heavily over heels for somebody. You gotta love yourself first. You gotta love you, because how are you gonna be able to reciprocate the same love you have for yourself to somebody else if you don't even love yourself good? You gotta love yourself fully, you know, the best of your ability. Because let me tell you something, everybody got imperfections about this stuff they don't like. That doesn't mean that their self-esteem is on the floor. It just means that certain things that they feel like they need to improve on, but that doesn't mean that you don't love yourself fully. There's some things I can look at myself, I say, you know what, I want to change some things about myself, but I love myself, and I'll be damned if somebody come along and treat me like crap.
Yeah, there's levels.
You know what I'm saying?
There's definitely levels to self-love, and the deeper you go, aka the closer you get to yourself, the more you can recognize what you want, what you don't want, what feels good, what don't feel good, and then now you can better gauge on how somebody else might feel.
Yeah.
You know, you'll develop empathy and consideration and things like that. Like, you know, starts with self-love, man. Educate yourself. Education.
First is self-love and education of everything. And a lot of stuff people don't understand. I want to jump off that subject real quick. Like a lot of our lives already been written already. We just following the course now. And you know what I'm saying? And when you get angry or get mad, just think. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just have about yourself meeting it and think. And it will definitely work out if you got knowledge, wisdom, and understanding.
Absolutely.
You know what
Absolutely. And it starts with you. Like a good example of life is, you know, imagine you're in an airplane, it's about to go down. All the things that come down with the oxygen, you have to put yours on first before you help anybody else.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, you can't help nobody else without helping you first. You know what I mean? And helping you first is learning how to love yourself on every level that you can possibly learn to do it on. You know, and I hope that today that we given people some good information. I know that we went on different tangents and it just all felt good and flowed well. I like it.
Thank you. We are Awareness Academy, aka ADD Conversation. We have ADHD conversation. Attention, hyper deficit disorder. Attention deficit hyper disorder, ADHD.
Yeah,
that's what we are. We talk and we go where the water, the waves lead us. You know what I'm saying? Whatever direction lead us, we talk about many subject matters, and this has been good. You know what I'm saying? I've been having a good time with you guys today, man. I was like, I needed this, man.
And to wrap up what we spoke about, remember the tip I told y'all? I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. Practice that every day, yo. As soon as you
I kind of like being evil a little bit, though.
Huh?
I like to be a little evil. I like to hate people and continue to hate them and keep them in distance from me. Nah, because if I tell you I love you and I'm sorry, then I might give them a hug when I see them. No, stay away.
No, when you're saying this, you're not saying it to the person. You're saying it to the divine. Higher self.
That's true, but the divine say, you know what? Give that person one more chance. I'm only playing. I don't know.
You practice that, right? And you have somebody in your peripheral that is causing you issues, and you continuously practice while what are you doing to create this? They might just disappear. You know, like
that's a fact.
You don't hear from them no more. Like it can happen, or they'll change to be what you.
But sometimes it's okay to fight fire with fire. The only reason why I say that is like, let's say in a work environment, you got the toughest boss. I'm talking about the boss is tough. Everybody know him as a crazy lunatic.
Yeah.
Why is it that? And I hate to say it, I get along with all the crazy people. Anybody that's considered quote unquote crazy, I show them a side of me that other people don't see, because I tell people all the time, while people are acting crazy, I try to pretend I'm not crazy. So when I find somebody that got a little piece of me in them with that little craziness, then I show them that side, and then we communicate, and then now we good. They be like, yo, how he get along with you, but he hates everybody else? I said, we got a special bond. Don't worry about it. He's crazy all the time, and I'm crazy sometimes.
Go ahead, Red.
Before we leave, I want to just ask y'all, what do you think about this president thing? Like, what do you think?
Replacement!
Listen,
replacement for both of them?
We need a replacement.
No, vote Kennedy, bro. Kennedy, like, I don't know if a lot of people know this, but Robert Kennedy Jr.
I like his voice.
is also running for president. And
I will vote for him. I'll vote for him.
So he had his own debate while they had theirs because CNN had purposely banned him from debating with Trump and Biden. And they did that on purpose. So he said, oh, okay, y'all want to do that? So he went and did his own thing, and 5 million people tuned in to his debate.
Oh, wow.
So and he's an independent. So it would be amazing for
I'll vote for him
into office. That would be great. You know, so
I will vote for him. He's trying to take money. He's trying to get rid of lobbyists. They'll kill that man. No, they'll kill him before he get in office. Let me tell you something. He got a lot of good vibes. He's a little nutty, but he got a lot of good stuff. Allegedly. He got a lot of good values, though. He got a lot of good values.
Definitely does, yeah. But the Kennedys have also impression onto the American people to, you know, be a little bit more open-minded. You know what I mean? Like Kennedy, JFK. I wasn't alive during that time, so I don't really know how much of an effect or what the temperature was like, you know, in society around then, you know, but for some reason they kept coming after these people, you know what I mean? So it has to be something.
But you know why, though, right? We speculate. We're going to say speculate. The powers may be didn't want him in office because he had a problem the way things are being set up financially. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm not gonna say no more.
I'll even add that he was gonna
bring him to another country.
Or he was gonna tell people about the aliens and stuff.
Look. He was gonna be like, you know, the aliens is black people, right? That's what he's gonna say.
You know,
get him out of here.
You know, the Nephilim is real, right? But not what you think they are, you know.
They're gonna. Let me tell you something. In my professional opinion, even though I don't have no professional career in politics, I think they're gonna replace Biden because the reason why they hold on to Biden for their life, Biden's administration is doing that. You know why? Because they all a possibility they'd be without a job if they get another candidate in there. Because the candidate is gonna line himself with people that he's cool with. Even though that, and then there's a few people, I'm gonna mention the name that I think should be perfect for this. Josh Shapiro, he's on top of #1 list that I want him to be president. And I think he might do it. I think they might put him up to it.
Let's see.
He's like them. You know why? Because you can't get somebody that's not electable. You can't get somebody that you completely like. You get somebody that's electable, meaning that he's liked on both sides. The Republicans and the Dems like him. So he's a perfect candidate to whoop Donald, you know, and a possibility. Because when I listened to that debate, Donald sounded crazy on stage. All they needed was somebody that had a little bit of sense to go against him and they'll rip him apart. They didn't even have to know about politics and they would destroy them.
We got to talk about this just a little bit.
Woo!
That was hilarious, yo.
Biden, where I'm at.
Biden looked like he smoked some dust before he came out there. He was just stuck. He was looking all over.
That's elder abuse. To have him out there like that. That boy supposed to be asleep by 5 o'clock.
That's funny. Somebody took a video and all the clips of what they looked like while the other person was talking. There was even a part where Trump talking, you heard a like somebody farted.
Yo, Trump looked like Chucky though on stage. He looked like Chucky. You know Chucky when he started tearing things up and he had a rough look. Yeah. When you look at Trump on stage, he look like Chucky, the doll, a giant doll on stage, wilding.
Was go after each other the whole day.
That's all they did.
But you know what? But Trump restrained himself. You know why he restrained himself? because I think he didn't want to destroy Biden so much that they're gonna say, you know what, we're gonna get another candidate immediately, because they know any candidate they get. Because remember, these guys are not popular. Trump not popular either. He's just a better choice than people think is. They get anybody. I'm talking about anybody. They get a pizzeria guy from around the corner. He'll destroy Trump. He don't know nothing about politics. English is bad. English is second language. He'll destroy Trump right now. Because Trump don't even know how to answer questions.
Trump be happy cracking up. Like he's always happy. Like.
Yeah. He had me cracking up. One thing he did when Biden was like, and so they was like, what? What? No, Trump said this. He don't even know what he said.
No. What killed me? The Roe v. Wade. That had me crying because Trump is a big liar. Trump said, yeah, because y'all want to abort babies 9 months. Oh, y'all also want to abort babies when they're outside the womb. I'm paraphrasing in that concept somewhere. He said when they're born, they want to abort them.
There was so much stuff coming out of Trump's mouth that was lies. Like,
oh my God.
Say, yeah, but no, this is what it really is. Like, nobody stopped him. They didn't do the fact checking. They should have did the fact checking. He said, I went through, my physical, I passed with flying colors. I like this Biden,
the condiment test? Oh, shit.
It looks like Saturday Night Live, like, for real. Crazy, bro.
Biden with his eyes? Oh, my God. He had that one eye popping out hard, looking at him.
You already know
Yeah.
I try to understand what Biden. Here's the thing: Biden wasn't completely incoherent. He did say a lot of good stuff, but he was so mumble with it that I had to put my volume up my TV to the 100 to hear what the hell he's saying and try to decipher. It's like a riddle. It's like a riddle or something. I'm trying to decipher what Biden's saying because I'm like, nah, yeah, okay, yeah. But wait a second, it sound okay. Wait a second. Hold on a second. I'm confused now.
That was a long SNL skit. That whole thing was and I can't wait to see what SNL does with that either. I think I might have to watch that.
Oh hell yeah! You know they're gonna rip that apart. But they gotta get rid of them. They know. Here's the thing. I think as a service to this country, the Democrat Party has the right to do the right. They have at this point the obligation to do the right thing. You know why? Because if they don't, I'm gonna call them Blue MAGA. If they don't get rid of them, they consider Blue MAGA in my book. You know why? Because y'all know damn well he's not electable at this point. His approval rating is his lowest of any president ever in history to ever get reelected again because his approval ratings are so low. Meaning that they're so low at the time where no president had it that low and they won the election afterwards. They got their asses spanked afterwards.
We'll see how it all goes. But listen, we can keep talking on this and we got to wrap up and, maybe another time we'll touch. Let's see what happens, by next week. So listen, everybody out there, thank you for tuning in with us. Hopefully, you got some good information, a couple good laughs. We are Awareness Academy 411, here with the 411. And again, I'm Wendy Zizzle, your host. We're here with Nappy Red and Kirk the Jerk. And we just here to, make the world a better place one podcast at a time.
Peace, yeah.